And the haters can't stand it. Jigga Kelly not guilty. Gervonta Davis beats the case. Lamont Roach, he tried his best to get a win about the situation in a fight with Tank. Listen, I've broken this down several times by now, but I got a couple pickup points. Yesterday, it was ruled by the New York State Athletic Commission that they weren't changing anything. They didn't see fit to change the outcome. It remains a draw, and the Roach infestation looks pretty stupid to me. All of this crying, all of this fake drama and gossip for nothing. And now the best way to get your revenge is to do what Boxing Ego said from the beginning: to rematch the man. But I digress. There are still people who are playing dumb and, they're saying, I'm not watching boxing anymore. Good. I don't want you to watch boxing. Get out of my sport. This was this is like one of my easiest predictions. Easy work. I ain't got to worry about it. It was very easy to predict that this fight would stay the same and nothing would change. Why would it? What evidence is shown that you should set a precedent because of what you believe to be a blown call, right? And then override the results of the fight and just start getting in there manipulating rounds, and it doesn't make sense. And I've expressed it time and time again. But I noticed something that no one's talking about. Let me get into it. I said, hold up. I just noticed something that I haven't seen anyone discuss. When Tank took the knee, if you look closely, it appears his eye is closed, which corroborates his story about the hair grease chemical irritant temporarily obstructing his vision. Van Damme in Bloodsport. Bam! He couldn't see. I used AI to upscale the quality and lighting for you guys so you could see. Y'all was saying that Tank was so badly hurt and all this stuff from Lamont Roach. And again, I feel like a lot of people, they just set themselves up for disappointment, because really the fight wasn't what people suggested. But let's look at some of the pictures. So the first two I didn't touch. I just zoomed in. And you can see Tank's eye is closed, right? So this is just the same picture zoomed in. The man his eye is closed, right? And then the last one, I did influence the lighting and image quality, but I didn't Photoshop or anything like that. Just so you guys can see. And boom, you see the man's eye is closed. So let me get this straight. People aren't doubting that Gervonta Davis's story. Like, his eyes are closed, which corroborates his story about, I had to take a knee, I was temporarily blinded, my hair whipped in my face, there was some kind of chemical and irritated my eye, and I couldn't see, and I'd rather take a knee than to get hit with the shot while I'm temporarily distracted and blinded. So for real, what Tank did was a smart move, and it actually paid off, because he didn't get, like, in essence, sucker punch based on a handicap, and he created enough confusion. It confused everybody, including the ref, and they didn't know how to handle it in that given moment, and they gave him a warning, and that's how it played out. So it was actually smart. The Tank haters can't stand it, and now they went on and, like, basically trying to sue people. And I'm saying sue, but you guys get it. It's the same for me. You're appealing. You're trying to get the laws involved and the commission involved and overwrite history. That is corny to me. I've said that from day one. Just run the rematch. Because what happens if you got this overturned and then Tank looks at it like, man, I let this dude win, gave him a bag, this is how he repays me, and now I got a loss on my record off of some dumb stuff right? Which is really a freak accident. Again, his eye is closed. So everybody knows his story adds up. Something was in his eye. Previously, you guys said that, no, there was nothing in his eye. A punch caused this. A punch created this. And Tank was like mortally wounded and all this stuff. It's actually pretty sad because before the fight, people were calling Lamont Roach bums and, you know, cherry picks and all types of names. Didn't know who he was. Say Tank's fighting nobody. They said the kid had no power. And then now they're trying to make it look like he's a power puncher after they said he's a bum, a taxi driver, and a cherry pick. And he's not powerless anymore. He really hurt Tank with a jab that barely even connected. I don't even know if it connected when you look at the replay. It looked like he was out of range and Tank's braid whipped into his face, and that's that. They want Tank to lose. I hope Tank learns from this, man, and comes back, sees all the fakery and all the snakes in the sport, and just comes back focused on a mission. I really think this is a good learning lesson because you see how fake people are. You've been doing so good and knocking people out. They've been waiting for you to slip, and they never really even got it. But because they thought they had it, they try to, you know, jump in the mix and overcomplicate something that was really easy. Now, to give you an analogy, I wrote this tweet. This Tank Roach stuff is stupid. The commission put a referee in charge. He made a judgment call based on what was known at the time. If the city put a badge on a cop, so a peace officer, a cop, a policeman, and he pulls you over for speeding, right? Because you were speeding, you were over the posted 65 miles per hour speed limit, right? Depending on what you say and express to that cop and your rationale, the rationale given, then that cop has a choice. But he is authorized and has the complete power and jurisdiction to either write you a ticket, a citation for speeding, or sometimes, depending on what you say, you could talk yourself out the ticket and it's understandable. Like, hey, I'm sorry, officer. I know the posted speed limit is 65. I was doing 69. However, I'm headed to the ER. I got a family member that just got admitted into the ER. The cop might relate to that and be like, all right, slow down next time. I got you for this time, and let you go. The cop has the jurisdiction and the power to do that. He has been appointed to judge the situation. It's no different for a referee. So it's on a case by case basis. You dimwits are like, in this analogy, no, speeding is speeding. And you're calling the courts, snitching out the motorist, trying to get the courts to issue a ticket after the fact, a speeding ticket from days prior, because the cop chose in a isolated instance not to give a ticket or citation to the motorist because it's so important to you. You guys are corny, bro. You guys are corny. I've sped and got a ticket, but then there's been times where I told them and explained what was going on and they understood it and they let me off on the ticket. And I'm sure you guys have these experiences, but the Tank hate is so supreme that people are like, no, that's not good enough. Give him the speeding ticket. Like, they just want a loss on his record and they don't care how it happens, even if it's corny, right? The reality is, these are the CompuBox. Tank landed 37%, 103 of his shots. Lamont Roach landed 112, less accurate, but he threw more. It doesn't matter if you throw double, you're only landing 9 more punches than the guy who's a harder puncher and has a higher accuracy rating. That's why you guys don't know how to score boxing. Tank landed more power shots, 93, 44%, to Lamont Roach's 87%, and he's the more noted puncher. So Tank landed the more significant blows, and the stats weren't really far off. So like I kept saying from the beginning, this wasn't even that type of fight where people would, go back and forth and all that type of stuff. And I firmly believe if this weird freak accident with the taking a knee didn't occur, then no one would be complaining. It would just be another Tank victory, and they would just find something else to hate on. They'd be like, oh, Lamont Roach was trash. Tank couldn't knock him out. Oh my gosh, when's he gonna fight Shakur Stevenson and stuff like that? So we know what time it is. Shout out to New York State Athletic Commission. Shout out to Tank. It is what it is. You guys tried it. You tried to snitch and get the man in trouble, and it didn't work. And now you got egg on your face like Conor Ben. Enjoy. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that.